Non-Solo Gelato means not only ice cream, but we are not calling ice cream, it's gelato. The menu is various and offer from gelato, of course, to all the sweetest treats that you can have from the bomboloni to the cannoli, tiramisu.
The inspiration behind the summer concept is basically looking at the season, which is summer. So everything from decor, from everything on the menu is coined towards the summer season. You will expect floral, drinks, floral plating, things that are very lively and full of color.
We always cook from scratch. We have a farm. We grow all our ingredients organically in the farm. We try to be as sustainable as possible. Fonda is essentially a beautiful Mexican restaurant which gives people an experience of Mexico.
The SaritPodcast, your premium destination mall to love, belong, and enjoy. With every episode, we take you behind the scenes to meet the dreamers, doers, and trendsetters who bring this iconic space to life. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on some of the many businesses that call this place home. Get ready for some surprising answers, a few laughs, and maybe even a theme song or two. This is episode 4, Dining Delights at Sarit. First up, we have Anna Leali, founder of Non-Solo Gelato.
Okay, my name is Anna. I'm the MD and founder of Non-Solo Gelato. I've been in Kenya for 20 years. Yes, I just celebrated my 20 years on 21st September. I'm so proud. Kenya is home for me. We are based between Watamu and Nairobi. Here we are, Sarit, our biggest branch. And yes, I have 2 beautiful kids and my handsome husband. I'm so happy to be here today to talk about Non-Solo Gelato, which is part of my heart.
So Anna, on to our first question. What is the inspiration behind your restaurant's menu?
The idea is to bring my passion of the Italian cuisine to the Kenyan audience. Non-Solo Gelato means not only ice cream, but we are not calling ice cream, it's gelato. The menu is various and offer from gelato, of course, all the sweetest treats that you can have from the bomboloni to the cannoli, tiramisu. We do cakes by order, and of course we do pizza and pasta.
What's a signature dish at your restaurant that customers should try?
Of course, you must come and try all of our gelato. We have so many flavors. Every month we offer a new flavor with the selected ingredient. We go to discover what we can bring that people should try. And of course, if you ask Njugush, which is his favorite dish in Non-Solo Gelato, he will tell you bombolone. Our bombolone, I always say, this is Italian mandazi that we stuff with crema, with pistachio, with Nutella, and people just love it. Cannoli, pizza, and of course, espresso, many things.
Amazing. I love that. What's the funniest, and I mean the funniest order you've ever received from a customer?
More than funniest, can I say craziest? That's very recent. Happened for a wedding. We were in Watamu, and the bride, she asked me to have a drama cake. She wants a really drama cake. And I say, I was very not sure we can do it, we will not do it. So tumeanza kufikiria with my beautiful team, this lady wants a drum cake. So we end up to design for her a 180 meters cake, and we did. Actually, the cake was higher than her and was amazing. 5 tiers of dummy styrofoam covered with fondant, with a little tiramisu, panna cotta, sette veli, and of course on top we have put a beautiful semi-naked cake with many different flavors. She was so happy and the cake was so beautiful. I mean, these have been the craziest order have been funny, and yeah, we are so proud that at the end we did. But yeah, that has been the one that I remember. For sure, there are so many, because in hospitality with food, we receive so many funniest records. But this one has been also a very challenge for us.
So finally, Anna, what's that one thing that makes Sarit special for your business?
Sarit is a family place, so the environment is perfect for us. We are also located next to Expo Center. Find that many people escaping from the conference and sneaking to come and get the gelato. There is a nice ambience, many people around. We just love it, Sarit.
Next up, we have Yash Krishna, Managing Director at Fonda Taqueria.
Hi, my name is Yash. I run a restaurant called Fonda Taqueria located at Sarit.
What is the inspiration behind your restaurant's menu?
Let's go back to what Fonda is to start with, right? So my journey started about 8 years ago, where I was sitting with my wife. I was telling her that, hey, why is there no good Mexican restaurant? I can't cook 7-8 things for myself. What should I do? I wish there was a Mexican restaurant around. And my wife turned around and said, hey, why don't you quit your job, start a restaurant? And I thought for about 30 minutes, gave my resignation. 1 month later, we went to Mexico to learn this amazing Mexican cuisine. That led to Fonda, and it's been a beautiful 8-year journey. Fonda is essentially an authentic Mexican restaurant. We focus on serving organic, sustainable, very flavorful, soulful food and beverages from Mexico. We take a lot of pride in making sure it is true to the cuisine itself, really. Since its inception, we've stayed true to the cuisine. We always cook from scratch. We have a farm. We grow all our ingredients organically in the farm. We try to be as sustainable as possible. So Fonda is essentially a beautiful Mexican restaurant which gives people an experience of Mexico. And we do this by making sure customers, each senses, all the 5 senses are titillated and touched through everything we do. We want to give people an experience of Mexico. It's not just about great food, drinks and service. It's about the experience which people have of Mexico while staying 3,000 odd kilometers away from Mexico. Experience is everything, and we do that by touching all of people's senses through what they see, what they touch, what they taste, what they hear, and so on and so forth. Every decision we make, we say, is this Mexican enough, right? If we're doing a switch at the restaurant, we say, does this look Mexican or doesn't look Mexican? Mexican cuisine is huge. It's very soulful. It comes from the heart. There's so much passion in the cuisine that it is very hard to come up with a small menu. We want to do everything, but there are over 3,000 plus dishes which Mexicans do, and each one is different. Each one has variations to it. So if you take 3,000 individual dishes and then you multiply it by 500 versions of each, it is a lot of different recipes to do. So what inspired us was our visit to Oaxaca in Mexico. We wanted most of our cuisine from there, but we also wanted to touch the 7 different food regions in Mexico. So we tried to incorporate mainly Oaxacan cuisine from Mexico along with the 7 food regions of Mexico. We have our main menu, and since we have a farm, our menu is also based on what is growing in the farm. If the farm is producing certain types of chilies, then we'll work the menu around that particular produce which is coming from the farm, or we will see what is organic and what is fresh in the market and work around it, and we make our seasonal menus accordingly. So that's essentially the inspiration behind our restaurant and the food and drinks that we serve.
Would you share your signature dish at your restaurant that customers should try?
Mexican cuisine is all about the basics, right? So if you don't get your basics right, And by basics, we mean the tortillas, the salsas, the rice, the beans, the guacamole. All the basics have to be right to serve and titillate people's palate and senses. There are dishes which are very simple, and then there are dishes which are very, very complicated. If I had to choose 3 different things out of a menu which are absolutely amazing and worth trying, I would say the mole poblano tacos. I would say lamb barbacoa quesadillas, which are amazing, and pork carnitas enchilada. The mole poblano sauce is a sauce it's the national dish of Mexico. It has 42 ingredients just in the sauce, where each and every ingredient is cooked separately, and then it all combines into one beautiful sauce which is cooked for over 24 hours. So if it is served with the pumpkin or it's served with the chicken, it's about the sauce, not the chicken, because the sauce itself has so much flavor in there. It is beautiful. It hits your soul the minute you take a bite of it. The lamb barbacoa is a dish made with lamb, which is marinated and covered with banana leaves, avocado leaves, whole lot of different spices, and then it is slow cooked for 12 hours, where it comes out with the bones falling from the bone. So that's another beautiful dish, and it's beautiful as a quesadilla. Pork carnitas as an enchilada is amazing, because pork carnitas is slow cooked and slow poached in its fat with different liquids going in. It slowly cooks for about 5 to 6 hours, and it gets crispy texture on the outside and the soft interior, and just melts in your mouth. So those are the 3 dishes, but everything on our menu is different. There's no commonality. Every particular dish is made separately. We keep our menu short, but each individual items have different flavor and textures and taste to it.
So what's the funniest order have you ever received from a customer?
That's such a great question. We've had many of these, right? So first, let's highlight that Mexican food and Kenyan cuisine are very, very similar. Sure. Right? So Mexican food uses maize, bean, rice, avocado, plantains, boga, nyama, seafood, and it's so common with Kenyan cuisine. But the procedure is completely different of making Mexican food. So we've had people who will come and say, hey, instead of tortilla, can I get ugali with your fillings? I love your beans, I love your fillings, but can I try ugali with it? So that's one combination. Then there was this amazing experience where there was a lady who lived in Mexico. She was pregnant and she was having this tough pregnancy. And she came to me and she said, as a child, I used to have this iced lolly with pineapple and coconut. Can you create that iced lolly for me? And it's called paleta in Mexico. And we said, absolutely, we will do that. And I found it so heartwarming. Not the funniest, but so heartwarming that this person literally couldn't eat anything which she could keep in her stomach. And she came to us and said, hey, can you do this? And we kept making, throughout her pregnancy for those 3 to 6 months, we kept making iced lollies for her, and she was forever grateful for it.
What makes Sarit more special for your business?
Sarit is a beautiful, beautiful mall. It is one of the busiest malls in Kenya or East Africa. Restaurants are all about location. Location, location, location. We are privileged and truly honored to be part of this mall, which keeps pushing itself to the limit. We received a beautiful shell from Sarit, and we were truly able to make it into a Mexican restaurant with the design, the high ceilings, the beautiful spot that we got, the size of it. It made it spectacular. And another thing, with being in Nairobi, we have this, we want to be outside, we want to be close to nature. And although we are part of a mall, we are surrounded by trees and we are outside. So we have a feel of being inside yet outside in a safe surrounding. And we are truly privileged to be at Sarit.
Finally, we have Joseph Muigai, director at the Summer Lounge.
So my name is Joseph, and today we are at Summer Lounge. in Sarit on ground floor.
Oh, very nice. So what's the inspiration behind Summer Lounge and its menu?
This name was coined, and then everything else came, because our key pillars are not actually the dish. It's the experience that customers get. The inspiration behind the summer concept is basically looking at the season, which is summer. So everything from decor, everything on the menu is coined towards the summer season. You will expect floral, drinks, floral plating, things that are very lively and full of color.
What makes Summer Lounge different from other restaurants?
So what makes Summer Lounge different from other restaurants is how Summer is able to transform itself throughout the day. So in the morning, it's a breakfast spot and a brunch spot as well. In the afternoon, we do get a lot of people coming in for dates. And in the evening, it transforms to a fine dining, environment. When we come to the weekends, it's a perfect entertainment spot where people meet up after work, just catch up, after a long week of working.
What's the funniest order you ever received from a shopper?
The funniest order that I've had, the team receive from our customers is probably a no-froth cappuccino.
Yeah.
Or a hot iced Americano. Yeah, those ones always, stir us up.
And what is that one thing that makes Sarit special for your business?
So the reason why Sarit is it's a perfect place for Summer Lounge is because Sarit receives a very diverse, customer base. And it transforms, it's the only mall in Nairobi where a customer can actually spend the whole day. So they could come in the morning and gym and come to Summer Lounge for maybe a power smoothie. They could do their business meetings in Summer Lounge. And they could have maybe a late night dinner and catch up with their friends in the evening. There are times, like genuinely, a customer will come here and I'll maybe recommend them to barista. We really care about our customer, like genuinely. It's not about the money or anything. Like the whole team, ukiangalia how they even interact with their customers. It's through giving service, not sales. Sales naturally come because now we create a perfect environment where we're able to cohabit, and with other stalls, in the mall. So I wouldn't want to draw to myself. I would probably draw to the mall because the mall is a perfect place for people to come for a lot of culinary experience. You could go to the rooftop garden to Bila Shaka and have, craft beer that we don't have here. You could have tacos at Fonda. All I'll say is customers should try out the restaurant offerings in Sarit.
Thanks for tuning in to the Sarit podcast, where every episode brings you closer to the heart of your city within a city. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a story dropping every month. And trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Follow Sarit Your City on X, Spotify, Instagram, and Facebook. And of course, come experience Sarit in Westlands, Nairobi. Visit us anytime at www.sarityourcity.com. Your premium destination to love, belong, and enjoy.